What is going on, y'all? Well, alright, hopefully OBS is still connected here. Let me refresh the stream on my end. Alright, are y'all still there? Oops, it's not on a 3-minute delay. I just forgot to take that off from the last one. Thank you for reminding me. So that's where we stand. It is time to lick our wounds. It is time to recover. It is time to prepare for the next KvK. What's up, Captain? Oh, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted, guys. I don't know what to say here. Yeah, I probably used about 10 billion of each resource. I don't know how many times I gem healed today just to get troops back out on the field quicker. It was interesting. So it's over. We lost. No big deal. You win some, you lose some. You play this game long enough, you're gonna. I mean, unless you've been in 1960 from the start, right? You're not gonna win every single KvK. So now it's time to get equipment back on our regular commanders and start the recovery process. Kingsland went from about what was it, 6:45 this morning to right around 1:45 this afternoon. So it was only about 7 or 8 hours. The issue was, our guys were doing great, and I think Wind will tell you too. We were doing fairly well getting them out of Kingsland, right? We were pushing down here. We were starting to cut off their territory. But then fire got pushed back through their pass. And once fire got pushed back through their pass and water started coming in to help wind, we were outnumbered 10-1 on the battlefield. We weren't winning anything. Not to mention 2 alliances in our kingdom are from Asia, and they went into their downtime. So when two out of the 3 alliances in your kingdom are in their downtime, and the other 3 alliances are trying to face 2 tenacious fighting camps at the same time, you got to know when to say when. And all the backflagging in the world wouldn't have prevented anything. I'm down to 83 million power. I could barely field 4 marches. So it was time to call it. You just got to know when. I mean, strategic retreat, right? There's no shame in that. But I still consider it a win. I met some great people, and Lost Kingdom chat was very pleasant. There was no toxicity in there whatsoever from what I saw. So, it was great. It was great. I did not want any lag when I was trying to fight, so I didn't record anything. But, it was fog free. I had several people send me messages saying, "You guys are doing great, keep it up," or "You guys are kicking butt." And there was a period of time that we were. I have some reports saved here, not everything. This was a crazy. No, maybe this wasn't a crazy rally, but this was a rally I did. I think it was on maybe the level 7 pass. Gorgo Hera, I mean, even trades on the rally. But the AOE from ZL, just amazing. This was the marathon rally right here. I mean, check this one out. This was crazy. I don't know how many times they counter-rallied this, and we counter-rallied their rally. But this rally alone, I fed my farm 27 times. I fed troops from my farm into this rally to reinforce it. You know, again, nothing spectacular if it's just a rally against the garrison, right? But all the AoE from Zhuge Liang. What is this one? Oh, this was Hera YSS, and when they rallied me, so I don't even know what half of these are. I just hit favorite on them, right? But yeah, it was bloody. It was bloody. But yeah, it's over. Only farmer. Atomic Bunny, man, this dude's not just the Atomic Bunny. He's the fucking Atomic Energizer Bunny, right? He just keeps going and going and going. I will say this though, Gorgo is broken, absolutely broken. She should not be in heroic anthems. My opinion, she was designed for those KvKs like Orleans, like what's the other one? Warriors Unbound, where you have those extra auxiliary skills and the offense is at an advantage. 3 days straight, we could not break through a level 7 pass. 3 days straight. Gorgo is absolutely broken when it comes to pass fights. I mean, we tried Gilga ZL, we tried Henry ZL. Others did rallies with Nevsky, Justinian, Nevsky. We tried double rallies. We tried absolutely everything. We could not get through that level 7 pass. So for those of you in Heroic Anthem, Gorgo is broken. You better hope to God you capture that level 7 pass yourself. Because if the enemy is smart, if they do good reinforcing, and if they can swap their garrison commanders, you're not getting through there. You're not getting through there. Nope, we lost. We lost. It's over. It's over. The KvK stats you see on the right-hand side of the screen, that was before level 7 passes. We're pulling stats today for after level 7 or after Kingsland, just to see what went on. So that's about right, Hubs, right? We're going to be a very low DC kingdom now. Let me just get some people back in their places here. Who are we missing? Shadow? But, I mean, you can see people went crazy. People went crazy. Hubs pretty much zeroed himself. I'm down from 170 million to 83 million power. Cerez is out of troops and speed ups. Surgeons is out of speed ups. I believe Mavic's out of speed ups. So it was time. You know, you got to know when to say when for the betterment of the kingdom. I mean, even Karadim today, and you know, I've kind of joked on stream. I don't know where he is in the alliance. But even Karadim today, he dropped from 174 million or 177 million power today to 100 million power. So he was a madman. He was swarming everything today. So it is what it is, right? Things happen. Things change. We move on. Oops, sorry, Hubs. You can have Saint. I know you're low on resources. Stitch, Warlord, Mavic, Counselor. There we go. Hey, Voltron, I hope we see you in a future KvK. I would, matching up against your kingdom, that would be fun. You guys are great fighters, right? And or being allies with you would be even better, right? We're always looking for good kingdoms to ally with, and in this KvK, there are several of them that we would love to have as allies in the future. And that's why I tell our players, let's not be toxic in Lost Kingdom chat. The chances that, when there are 20 kingdoms in a KvK like there are in these C and DC KvKs, the chances that we see these kingdoms again down the road are very good, right? So why make enemies? It's better to make friends. How much power did I lose overall? About 100 million. That that Hall of Heroes isn't even my best, right? My best Hall of Heroes was from last KvK. But last KvK I pushed in Zenith too, so we could kill more troops last KvK. But yeah, 2.1 billion kill points, 10 million deads. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Yeah, we laid it all on the line, right? I left nothing on the table. I mean, I don't have a boost anymore, but let's see. So that's a full march. That's a full march. That's a full march. I mean, if I'm not using a boost, I might be able to get 5. But it was at a point where I was rallying. Yeah, I can't field a third full archer march. Let's see. Third cat can't field a third full cavalry march. This is the number of infantry I have left. So I mean, we had fun, but yeah, I was rallying flags there at the end with 10,000 of my own troops. I felt like Mimi, but I couldn't send a full march to a rally and field with 4 marches at the same time. So, yeah, now I know your pain, Aloys. Now I know your pain. You're absolutely right. But yeah, it was a good time. The unfortunate thing about KvK ending is you always have people leaving the game. You always have people leaving the kingdom. So I will be making an announcement soon after our leadership team meets. We're taking a week off to just kind of go back and say hello to our families, maybe buy our loved ones some flowers and say I'm sorry for not seeing you for the last 4 days. But we plan to meet next weekend and make some plans as to what the future holds for 1029. We know a couple people are leaving. We know a couple people are retiring. But there is still a good handful of people here, solid fighters here that want to continue, want to keep playing this game, want to have fun together. But we will be looking to bring some new talent into the kingdom as well. So we will see. We don't want a big migration. We don't want to jump up to an A seed. We don't want to bring in huge groups of people that are going to be disruptive. The main thing is, we want people that are active. We want people that participate. We want people that are invested. We want people with their main accounts here. We don't want people bringing in secondary accounts and half-assing it all the time. I'm not saying anyone here with a secondary account half-asses it. But we found oftentimes when people bring in seconds or people bring in third accounts, they really don't give it their full effort a lot of times. So. Can you share reports? VIP Rock Baba is here in VIP Rock. I'm sorry, where do you want me to? Oh, sorry, Alloys, you did ask that earlier. We have 18 days left, so we can farm some level 4 and 5 and 6 and 8 nodes as long as we have territory left. So we've told all of our people to, port back to the starting zone here, or port back to the territory that we have in between fire and Earth Camp, and do your farming there. It's just not worth it anymore. We need to lick our wounds and start to recover for the next KvK. Yeah, I did share some in there yesterday. Let me share a couple more in there for you. Where's the really big one? This one right here. Is that this chat here? Thanks for the $4.99, Yami. I appreciate you. So, Henry ZL, that was my go-to rally, the entire KvK. Not because it did fantastic against the garrison itself, but because of all the AoE damage it did. Let me, is it battle log here? No, that's not what I want to see. Troop buffs. So yeah, there's my there's my troop buffs from archers. Yeah, Gorgo's broken, guys. Gorgo's broken. What pop up? We're gonna max skip. We are going to max skip. I have plenty of resources here, and I've got probably $1 billion, $2 billion on each of my $2 billion total on each of my 10 farms. So I'm good with resources, but there are others who are not. Gorgo flags were tough also. I mean, nothing beats a swarm, right? But there were times where I'm like, oh my God, we're still swarming this flag. Usually it's dead by now. So, I mean, kudos to Water Camp, kudos to Wind Camp. They were reinforcing the fuck out of those flags. But swarms will take her down. You just got to be invested in it and not... not be scared to lose troops, obviously, right? So, yeah, but Gorgo in a pass is completely broken. 3 days straight. 3 days straight. We rallied this pass. Single rallies, double rallies. Every single rally combination you could think of. Hell, I even suggested trying Seonduk Matilda a siege rally. Because nothing would break Gorgo in the pass. Nothing. We tried buffing with Trajan Joan, with Trajan, what's her name? Trajan Zenobia, Trajan Constantine. Nothing broke Xeno in this pass. The one time we thought we were getting close was this one report right here. That's the one time we thought we were getting close, but it didn't pan out. There's 18 days until KvK officially ends, but for all intents and purposes, it's over. We have not made any quote-unquote peace agreement with water or with wind yet, so if people still want to open field fight and do whatever, that's completely on them. We have told our camp, though, that we will no longer be aggressively fighting for Kingsland. If they still want to get their 30 million kill points, more power to them. We might just try and push on her now. We'll see. We'll see. But we're not going to be 1029 anyway. When I say this, 1029 is not going to be actively defending any of these zones, against water or against wind camp. Those guys won. They won fair and square. There's no reason for us to waste resources. They deserve every reward that they can possibly get in this KvK. They did a fantastic job. So 1029, if they come to us and they say, hey, we want a peace with you guys, we want a peace treaty, honestly, if it was up to me, I would have to discuss it with the leadership team. If it was up to me, I would say, hey, that's cool. We will not give you any opposition. Just let us farm peacefully, let us kill barbs peacefully, and we're good with that. We're not the type that says, oh, well, in order for us to surrender and not oppose you in the next zone, we want this, that, and the other thing. That's not how 1029 operates. So if they come to us and they say, hey, we want to discuss some terms, more than happy to discuss it. If they don't and people just want to open field fight here and there, that's fine. But 1029 is not going to actively defend anything. We're done. It's hard to say that, right? I hate saying that with 19 days left, but there's no possible way that we can face two camps at the same time that are as strong as the wind camp and the water camp. It is what it is. You guys have heard me say it on stream multiple times that I gave us maybe a 20 to 30% chance in Kingsland. And it played out. We needed our allies in fire camp to be able to hold a flag line, back build a shit ton of flags. And, it's not for lack of effort. They tried their hardest. So I'm not trying to disrespect them at all. They just, water was too strong for them. Sometimes that happens. So once water had fire dealt with, they started to come over for us in Earth Camp, and we were handling, I felt we were handling the wind camp just fine. We were progressing to the south. We were starting to cut their territory. We were probably about 6 flags away from cutting off AW88 and 21 out of Kingsland. K21 over here, AW88 here. We were about 6 flags away from cutting them out of Kingsland, but then water camp came over and it was game over then. So it is what it is. I consider this a win. 2 billion kill points, 10 million deads. Met some great people in the water camp and the wind camp that I have the utmost respect for. Made some friends in the fire camp. We've got some potential allies in future KvKs, and that's there's nothing wrong with that. We learned some lessons about communication, about how to better communicate with different cultures. Different cultures play this game differently. As an example, it is very, very important for Asian kingdoms to get first occupation rewards. We found that out very early on when we took a pass 4 and one of the Korean kingdoms was not in the coalition. Or we did not tell them at what time we were taking a certain pass. They missed out on some first occupation rewards, and I didn't realize it. They've never been important to me. They've never been important to 29, but to different people, those things do matter. So we learned some lessons here that we will take and we will implement moving forward in future KvKs with diplomacy, with discussions, and with the whole relationship and how you work with others in your own camp. Because these heroic anthems, we have 5 kingdoms in our camp. Diplomacy can be rough. Agree. Agree. Gorgo is overpowered, especially for Heroic Anthem. I can see her not being so overpowered in Orleans or Warriors Unbound, where you've got those extra skills. But hey, in Heroic Anthem, Gorgo in a level 7 pass, man, unless they fuck something up tremendously, like they have over 100 marches in the pass, and they're not kicking out the smaller marches, or they screw something up with the garrison captains, or there's nobody online to change garrison captains. Unless they screw something up in the past, you're not getting through. And the Wind Camp, they're no dummies. They play this game very, very well. And they did not screw up the pass at all. We could not break it for 3 days straight. Gorgo and flags, damn tough to take down, even with the swarm. But it can be done. You just got to use the right troops. You've got to be committed and not be afraid to lose troops, right? So that's where we sit. Hubs, shout out to Hubs. Not just for his insane dedication during this KvK, but he was the primary point of contact for our camp diplomacy inside the Earth camp and in the Fire camp, and he did a fantastic job. Shout out to Resurgence for doing all the territory planning. Without those guys here, we never would have got this far. Shout out to Kat for getting us going on the right foot. I know she's been on vacation for the last couple of weeks. The entire leadership team here, Cerez for taking King, for 8 to 10 hours while the rest of us slept, just so that the coalition lead could be online and make decisions and accept players into the kingdom, into the coalition, if double rallies were needed. There were dozens and dozens of people in 1029 that went way above and beyond the call of duty. Beck stepped up as R4 from time to time when we needed more R4s online because some of us needed a break. So it just, I'm so proud of this kingdom and what they put forth for being a small kingdom, right? We have 8 R4s, an R5, and 26 main accounts here. For being a small kingdom like this and giving the level of effort that each and every one of these people gave, I couldn't be more proud of the players that I play this game with, and that's why I love this kingdom so much. Malik, we're pulling stats. Mavic is going to pull stats as soon as he gets home, and I'll be able to tell you that. It's hard to tell you how many kill points that our kingdom got because we still have other players. We still have other players in the alliance as well. So playing with Chinese players in Kingdom 1052 for as long as I did, in 1052 was a different breed back then also. They really didn't care about first occupation rewards. Koreans do things differently, right? They play this game very, very efficiently. It was very rare that I saw them swarming passes. They would clear the field and they would keep the rally filled and try and kill the reinforcing marches. They play this game very, very efficiently, which is much different than how 1029 plays it. I say it all the time. We swarm everything. So the way they play it and the efficiency that they play this game with, I can understand where those first occupation rewards are very critical to them to get those speed ups, to get every single speed up they can possibly get, every single gem that they can possibly get. So I get it. I understand that now. Turkish kingdoms, they play the game differently as well. They are very passionate individuals. It's very hard to communicate with different languages and different cultures at times. And that's the predicament we found ourselves in within our own camp for a significant portion of this KvK. But I'm very proud of the job that everyone did in our camp when we went into Kingsland. We went into Kingsland, we jumped the wall with TC right here, and we had fighting within minutes. 1021 jumped the wall here and they were building flags. We jumped the wall here and we were building flags. We had everyone in the camp down here. They cleared the field. We swarmed their building flags as soon as ours got built. And they had one flag here in Kingsland. And then we started to proceed to work our way over to start taking out the other flags that they had in Kingsland. You can see we were slowly working our way down here to cut them off. And they would have been out of Kingsland then. 1021 would. Next was AW88. We were going to go and hit them next and try and take them out of Kingsland. Unfortunately for us, the water camp did a much better job pushing fire out quicker than we could push wind out. So it turned into a 2v1 very quickly after that. And then our two Asian kingdoms, they went into their downtime, and it was basically 2 full camps versus 3 alliances, 3 kingdoms. So it made it even more difficult. And rather than fight against all odds, 1 troop versus 50, and take even more deads in rallies and in flags, we decided it was time. There's music today. Is it, can you guys hear the music? Is it too low? Maybe that's why. I have the audience mix turned off because last time I streamed, I was talking on Discord. We were strategizing. So I apologize. I did not notice that. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, King. You should hear music now. Let me skip to the next song. There we go. We heard a vacuum in the background. No, that was me sucking on my vape mod. So, yeah, it was a bloody KvK. I had fun today for most of the day. In hindsight, there are things we could have done differently in Kingsland. I think at one point, too much focus, and I'm trying to even find fucking Kingsland again, right? Oh my god. I think at one point we were trying to fight too much up here to help fire camp. Whereas we should have all been focused down here on the bottom trying to push wind camp out. But when we had a couple of kingdoms go up here to try and secure our land around the ziggurat and help fire camp with water camp, that hurt us down here against the wind camp. And hindsight is 2020, right? That's when I got a bit animated on Discord, and I was yelling and screaming and cussing up a storm, trying to get everybody to come down here and fight. I knew our only chance was to get wind camp out of Kingsland, because it was apparent that fire was getting pushed out of Kingsland, and to have 2 out of 5 alliances up on the top of the ziggurat, fighting for land to touch the ziggurat before we had even pushed wind camp out of Kingsland was overly ambitious, in my opinion. But it is what it is. It is what it is. You win some, you lose some. So that is the end of the story for now. But yeah, like I said, 1029 is done. We're gonna farm. We're gonna do barbs in these zones. Hopefully, wind and water will accommodate us and let us do that freely. 1029 will not be defending any zones. Will not be defending any passes. If our players want to open field fight, that's completely up to them. They can do so if they choose to do so. I'd prefer that they do arranged battles, to get their 30 million kills. I don't want to see our players. They had plenty of opportunity to fight. I got 2 billion kill points, 10 million deads. They had plenty of opportunity to fight. I do not want to see them. T1 trades, that will be a black flag. So, hey Joe. We're down to fight anybody. But at the end of the day, if we're fighting against overwhelming odds and we cannot take the field, we cannot defend flags, then we're calling it. It's the smart thing to do. First and foremost, we got to look out for our own kingdom. We got to look out for our players. And that's what we're doing. And we talked to the other kingdoms in the Earth Camp, and they pretty much felt the same. That since it was now a 2 versus 1 in Kingsland, that the odds were just too overwhelming, and our chances at victory were none. So at that point, we made the decision. Okay, let's lick our wounds, and let's all start preparing for our next KvK. 627, 652. Is that in this KvK? Yeah, looks like Lord Drool might get zeroed. But again, guys, it sucks to lose a KvK, right? But at the same time, it was an absolute blast. And I just think back to the Nile KvK we had where our opponents wouldn't even fight us. Not once. They wouldn't even come kill AFK troops. That was the most boring 50 days of my life. So to have, 30 days of bloody battles here? Hell yeah. I am not his coalition R5, so I cannot give him a title. I can't even type anymore. Understanding. Let's spell that correctly, Lambo. The good news is the Packers won today. They beat the Los Angeles Rams. Their defense looked phenomenal. So, win some, you lose some. I appreciate all the support and all the kind messages a lot of people have been sending me. I know that since the fog has cleared, a lot of you had opportunities to watch this fight yourselves. And for C&D Kingdoms, this is one of the bloodiest battles that I have ever been in. We've had a lot of KvKs in 1029, and we win more than we lose. But this was one of the more bloodier ones, and it was a pleasure to be a part of. The Broncos beat the Chiefs. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, the Rams are not the greatest team, especially with Matthew Stafford out. They're a very young team as well, but they You know, to put up 20 points on that defense with Aaron Donald, that's something. Oh, he just poured it away. So, I mean, if there are people out here that want to continue to fight, hey, more power to them. More power to them. But for the most part, our kingdom has decided that we're done dancing. Our kingdom has, for sure. The other kingdoms, I don't know. Well, I mean, all right, I should rephrase that. 3 out of the 5 kingdoms in our camp said, that's it, we're done. We're not fighting 2 versus 1. You know, so if O2 and 1474 want to keep fighting, that's completely on them. You know, if they want to try and hold things hostage for rewards, that's completely on them. 1029 is not going to stand in the way of wind or water obtaining whatever rewards they want. If they come to us and say, hey, you guys were great fighters, you put up a hell of a fight, you know, why don't you take this or that? You know, we're absolutely open to that. But it's not something that we're going to say, hey, either you do this or we're going to surround the ziggurat or we're going to surround the ruined Crusader fortress with 3 rows of Alliance forts and we'll never ever let you have it. Nah, man. That ain't how we operate. You know, we fight honorably. We have integrity. They won this KvK. They deserve everything they can get. That's my opinion. You know, that's always how 1029 has operated. I know other kingdoms operate differently, and they will, you know, blockade this pass and not let them into the starting zone or surround the RCF with forts and with flags. But everyone in Lost Kingdom chat has been very polite. They've been respectful. I have seen no toxicity there whatsoever. You know, and that goes a long way in toward making friends and in having fun in this game. And that's, you know, they deserve whatever they can get in this KvK, and more power to them. 2225 or 2081, I do not recall fighting those kingdoms ever. No, Riley, unfortunately, we did not win the KvK itself. We still have a lot of land in Kingsland, but it's 2 versus 1 in Kingsland. It's just not feasible for us to continue. So it's time to lick our wounds and recover and start recruiting some players for the next KvK. You know, we've already got some people in some of our allied kingdoms and our enemy kingdoms that have said, hey, you guys recruiting, can I come there? So I'm going to give it a week. I'm just going to decompress. Our leadership team is going to meet next weekend, and we're going to discuss our path forward. You know, how many recruits do we want to bring in? What kind of requirements do we want to set? You know, the biggest requirement that we've always had is it's got to be someone that doesn't interrupt the vibe that we have going on here. We all enjoy playing with each other, and the last thing we want to do is bring in some douchebag that disrupts the friendships that we have made and the vibe that we have playing together. Ah, don't be sorry. I'm not sorry. We had a blast. The less toxicity, the more fighting. Yeah. Maybe I should start being toxic in future Lost Kingdom chats so that they're too engaged with the Lost Kingdom chat and less engaged in fighting on the field, huh? No, I can't do that. You know, I was always raised to treat others how you want to be treated, and that's something I live by today. Do I get animated and pissed off at times? Absolutely. I have a bad temper. My wife always told the kids when they were growing up, don't poke the bear. You know, but if you're respectful to me, I will be respectful to you. If you listen to my opinions with an open mind, I will listen to your opinions with an open mind. It's when people come at me that have closed minds and are not listening and say it's my way or the highway that I become aggressive and I get a little bit pissed off. You know, so hey, it was fun. we can show some of the kill rankings here. I don't know who's in what alliance right now. I think a lot of water camp consolidated into 2 alliances for the fight here. But I mean, you can see you can see. Hey, thank you, Suck. You can see we're down to 5.5 billion power. We're 16th. As far as alliance kills, why doesn't it say here? Must be glitched. 122 billion. So yeah, I would pretty much guarantee you that these 2 or 3 up on top here are probably because they have all the fighters consolidated into those alliances. I don't remember them being that high in kill points when KvK started. Individual power, I am down to 286th. I think I was 3rd or 4th when KvK started. Don't exactly know where this guy was, all of KvK, but hey. Individual kills, we passed the 14 billion mark. But hey, I'm still fucking first place in achievement points, goddammit. And deads, we hit 10.05 million. Yeah, even Keradim, right? And you guys all know Keradim. He was our 170 million power player with less than 1 billion kill points. Today we were on voice, and I'm like, Keradim, dude, I need you swarming everything today. I need you swarming everything today. I expect to see you below 120 million at the end of this Kingsland. So he dropped from 177 million power down to 100 million power. He was swarming absolutely everything. We were on voice, and I remember him a couple times. Now, Lambo? Now? Can I swarm now? Now? Should I go now? So, I mean, that dude was a maniac today. Every single flag we rallied, he was there with a swarm. So, you know, for somebody that really hasn't performed well in prior KvKs, he stepped it up in Kingsland, and he did exactly what we asked him to do. So yeah, when we pulled stats at the beginning of KvK, and this was from the 1093 website, which hadn't been updated in a month. Right? We had, in Fire Camp, they had an A, 3 Bs, and a C. In Earth Camp, we had an A, 3 Bs, and a C. 1029 was the C. In Wind Camp, they had 2 A's, 2 B's, and a C. In Water Camp, they had 2 A's, 2 B's, and a C. So that's when we pulled stats off of the 1093 website before it was updated. Now, these were the stats that I was sent at the beginning of KvK by somebody in the Water Camp who pulled stats, said they pulled stats for, I think it was the top 300 players in each kingdom. So we started at 6.38 billion power, 119 million kill point, or 119 billion kill points. Based on these other stats, 1029 was 209 billion kill points. That includes MF in there because these stats were old, and it said we were 11.1 billion power. So, yeah, it is what it is. first enemy elimination, I had the number 1 rank. 1029 had 15 players in the top 100. 15 players in the top 100. That's out of the, 30, what did I say, 36 odd main accounts. We had 15 in the top 100 for the very first enemy elimination. You know, I'm very proud of what we did. We were able to capture this first zone relatively quickly. Took a couple of days to burn through some forts in here, but you know, and then when you know, the unfortunate thing was this pass 7, right? The enemy got that pass 7, and when there's a Gorgo in that pass, it's going to be damn near impossible to take down. Did a hell of a job in Kingsland this morning when we came in until fire got pushed out and it was a 2 versus 1 situation. Then things kind of went downhill. Yeah, here's Kingsland. Yeah, some of the AEC, some of the higher power kingdoms did not have the number of kill points some of the lower power kingdoms had, and it is what it is, right? I think there are fighters in each kingdom that did a phenomenal job. Oh, you're very welcome, Suck. I'm glad you got some value out of those reports. Now, keep in mind that there are bastion skills that were on some of those commanders too. Yeah, I agree, Jolene. These look more like alliance stats than they do kingdom stats. But you know, just more numbers to have. These are what I would call the kingdom stats. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. We lost fair and square. You know, we'll fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. 1 versus 1. I think our kingdom and any 4 camps has a very good chance. Once it gets to be 2 versus 1 and it's against 2 super active kingdoms with a lot of dedicated hardcore fighters in, yeah, then it's another story. Sparkle, right now that's kind of in limbo. Give us a week to kind of decompress. I'll meet with the leadership team next week. And then we'll make an announcement, or we'll put out a short video on what to do if you want to migrate here. For now, just kind of sit tight. You know, we got 19 days left in this KvK. So, you know, it's going to be a good 19-20 days. Well, 19 days plus 3. It's going to be a good 22 days before anyone could migrate here anyway. Water was stacked. Yeah, they have some great fighters in there. They have some great fighters in there. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. The guys in what was it? TRN, the guys in ATW, absolutely stacked. You know, I wish we could have stayed in Kingsland longer and had the opportunity to match up versus them, both in the open field and against their flags and them against our flags. That would have been fun. But unfortunately, that's not how it panned out. Unfortunately, we did not. We did not win. Yeah, that's, you know, that's that. And I tried, I don't know, some were saying try Boudica ZL, but I you know, I have always had better results with Henry. And we tried Henry ZL. And again, most of these, you know, the trades with the pass were relatively even. Okay, they got a few more kill points than we did at the pass. But it was when they came out to swarm, or when the rally was hitting people behind the pass, where the reports were heavily in our favor. There's one in here with the Gilga. Yeah, there's Gilgamesh Henry. Which again, and this doesn't have AoE. So this traded better 1-to-1 against the past, but they were able to swarm it down. So at that point, it was like, okay, well, what do we do? Are we just trying to drain them? So a lot of these rallies have farm accounts in. I know that big rally, that 30, 40, 41 hour rally, whatever it was. I sent my farm 27 times. 27 times to reinforce that rally. Yeah, okay. It is what it is, right? I mean, I don't think there are a lot of big whales or big spenders in the fire camp. It is what it is. As long as you tried your hardest, then you got nothing to hang your head about. If you gave everything you had and left everything on the battlefield, then no worries, my friend. Yeah, I don't. We'll look right now. We'll look, see how many archers I have left on this farm, right? 49,000. I think I had a full march of each of these T5s to start the KvK, and I had over 1.5 million of each of these T4s. So yeah, we killed a lot of archers there. But let me get this farm into a safe area before we lose that AF. Let's build the next gold pit back in the starting zone 2, Hubsy, and not in a contested zone. Yeah, today we used a lot of I don't know how many rallies I ran today on flags, but yeah, I mean, I've got Nevsky Justin, but there are other people with better city skins for cavalry rallies. So, but for whatever reason, it seemed like my archer rallies were taking down flags better than the cavalry rallies were. And maybe that's just because people are relentless when I rally and they just swarm. I don't know. Then again, like I said, some of these alliances do things differently, right? I mean, they will rally, and when they see the white numbers at a certain level, then they'll call off the rally and they'll reset and they'll do another rally. And then, that's just not how 1029 operates. When we see that garrison in yellow, or we scout it and we see below 1 million troops in there, it's fucking swarm time. And that's why I dropped, what was I, 117 million power at the start of the day. That's why I dropped a bunch of power today. Yeah, so, as far as my next commander, talking with the leadership, they gave me the green light to take first place in the next MGE for Gorgo. Right now we are exactly, let me bring up the rock calculator and figure this out. What are we at? 5552. We are exactly 235 legendaries away, so, well, minus the 24. I gotta get a calculator. I'm not going with So 235 minus 24 minus 180 for first place in MGE. That leaves me with 31. So there's more than I'm going to collect on dailies. So if we just count 3 a day, so 10 days, 10.3 days worth of dailies, plus whatever I get in between now and then from any events that pop up. So we should have Gorgo done in about 10 to 12 days. We can at least use her in Arc then, although I may be garrisoning with sieges, but hey, we'll see. Yeah, the problem, Malik, is I don't like making videos. I don't like editing videos. I really, really don't. Show equipment. Okay, we can go through equipment. This is KvK Speed March. Right, everything is speed related. I try to get as much speed on these armaments as I can, although I don't specifically do triple line armaments. But we have an extra 5% speed there, another 2.5 there. Let's see, going down the list, who else do I have equipment on? We won't do gathering commanders. Here's my infantry set. I know it's not top tier infantry, but I'm not an infantry guy. I prefer archers and cavalry. This is my 3rd archer set right here. Why is he not in the city? Where the hell is my William then? Well, I'm surprised they didn't come and attack him. Alright, sorry, back at it. What's next? What's next? Trajan. I gotta put the war drums back on him, right? Equip. This is at 50%. These are at 75. XY, which is my 3rd cavalry march. Where are we here? This is Nevsky. Some fairly good armaments on Nevsky, right? At least I think so. Cavalry everything, plus all damage. This is 2nd Infantry March, Scipio Lucci. Again, not top tier, but again, I'm not an infantry guy. This is the 2nd Archer March. The only thing I have left here is to proc the boots, which are at 75%. So then we'll have our 2nd one done. Where are we here? I've got my 1st archer set on Zhuliang right now. Correct. I've got 2 hunter inscriptions, but I have both on archer commanders. Ooh, hey, I should set that. Thank you. So, I mean, archer defense 10, archer health 11.4, attack 7, we got hunter. Galloping, vitality, there's 3.5% more health. 1.5 normal attack damage, no biggie there. 3% less skill damage. So this is what I use on Henry when I do the archer rallies, along with this set of equipment. Here's my HQ equipment here. Why do I have that on him? That should be on Trajan. I don't know, I'll fucking rearrange it later. I need another Ring of Doom. Yeah, that's what happens sometimes in C&D kingdoms. I have 3 horns, 5 rings, a dagger, a web, a coin, and a drum. So I need to, I want to proc that entire leadership set that's on Trajan, and I want to proc those boots that are on Boudica. And then I'll probably circle back and work on some more accessories. But this KvK, what did I buy this KvK? So I've got 2 more daggers I could make. I've got another horn I could make. We've got 7 of these pendants. We've got 1 greatest glory. I've got a ring. Seth's call. So the only thing I don't have made is a vengeance. And I'm seriously thinking about making this maybe for a Gorgo. Nope, we lost Kingsland. Yeah, we didn't have a very good chance of winning in the first place. On my streams, I publicly said we had probably about a 20-30% chance. Water and wind are 2 insane opponents. They did a hell of a job. We pushed wind out of this first zone. Pass fighting was intense. They held the pass the entire 3 days, level 7 pass. When we went into Kingsland, we were handling them. We were doing a great job. We were working our way down to cut them off at the pass here. Both of their big alliances, 21 and 88. But at that point in time, water came over to help. Fire, our allies, got pretty much pushed out of Kingsland. And it was 2 versus 1 with 2 of our kingdoms that were in their downtime. So it wasn't sustainable. So rather than ask our people to continue to lose troops and continue to sacrifice and get completely bad trades, gangbang 20-1, 50-1 in some cases, we decided that fire was out. They were done dancing. 2 of the 2 Korean kingdoms that we had were in their downtime. It's a work day tomorrow, so they were probably not going to be online until sometime after 13, 14, 15 UTC. So, the other 3 kingdoms, based in Europe, based in the US, there's no way in hell that we were staying up all night long to try and defend the land that we had in Kingsland against 2 superior fighting forces. If it was 1 versus 1, hell yeah, we'd still be there, we'd still be fighting. But 2 versus 1, it's just, you gotta know when to make a strategic retreat. You gotta know when to say when, and when to lick your wounds and start getting ready for the next fight. Greatest glory for Gorgo? Yeah, I'm thinking greatest glory and possibly the book for Gorgo. We'll see. The unfortunate thing for me is, when I go in here and I hit refine and I see something I can refine, it's like, ooh, bright, shiny, pretty, new, refine. So it's very, very hard for me to save up a ton of materials unless I have a specific goal in mind. Right now, the next thing that I want to do is I want to get this this done, so I have my second archer set completely procced. You know, and also I need to start thinking about the changes that are coming with equipment as well. How you'll be able to level up your equipment. You know, and potentially start saving for that. So we got some time. We're going to max skip. We're going to get some recruits in. You know, we're going to... rebuild is not the right word, but we are losing several players, several quality fighters to retirement, and a couple people going to other kingdoms. So we're losing probably 20 billion kill points, I would say, between 4 or 5 people after this KvK is over. So we are going to need to bring in some new talent, and hopefully we can find that talent and bring them in, whether it's big players, small players. You know, as long as they have the right attitude, that's what we're looking for. Moving away from horns, they're a waste for you. I love that proc dagger. That's the first piece of, that's the first legendary accessory I ever made, and it procced first try. So that's always going to have a special place in my heart, right? Holy crap, we're 5 away from 100 likes? Are you kidding me? This was just going to be a short stream to kind of recap KvK, because I've been getting a lot of DMs asking me how it's going. If y'all can hit 100 likes by the time my wife calls me for dinner, which is going to be any minute now, we'll drop 5 gifted memberships in the chat. How's that sound? How does that sound? I don't know how we get 138 votes in the poll, but only 95 likes, 96 likes. So, and I've got some, you know, I've got 208 of these coins that I could spend on something, but I really feel like I need a cavalry skin. I really do. Because I did use 2 30-day Zenith skins in this KvK. In a losing KvK. I mean, that's how hard we went, right? So I really do kind of want this cavalry skin. So I think I'm saving for that next, seeing as I've got a bunch of these blueprints already. Now next KvK I'll get another ring. You always got to get a ring. But I think we're saving for that one. Hey, there we go. We just hit 100 likes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am a man of my word. If you do not have memberships enabled, gifting enabled that is, do so now. You could be one of the lucky ones. Let's see who gets it. Jeremiah, Swizz, Ramad, David, and Rick all got a gifted membership. Congratulations, guys. You now have access to the emojis in chat. Also to the membership Discord. I will spin the wheel. Okay. Electro King says he's giving away a profile picture. I will spin the wheel as soon as I get back. I need to drain the main vein something fierce, so I'll be right back. No. I was just informed that my son is at work. He's off at 5 o'clock, which is 15 minutes from now. So we will not be eating white chicken chili until 5 o'clock. So let me bring up the wheel here, get this all ready. Clear it off from the last time. Alright guys, for those of you that do not know how this works, Electro King, oops, hang on. Electro King, let me run his promo here real quick. Electro King is my graphics guy. He does a lot of the graphics you see, pretty much all the graphics you see for me. Overlays, intros, outros, emojis, thumbnails, you name it, he does it. If you need graphics, Electro King is the man. You can find him on my Discord, link in the description, for any of your graphics needs. Low prices, fast turnaround, top tier customer service. Find Electro King for any of your graphics needs. All right, so if you are joining us for the first time, what we are doing, Electro King has graciously offered to give away a free profile picture, much like the one you see on my YouTube channel. All you'll have to do is contact him through my Discord if you are a winner. And the stream is lagging for me again. What the hell? I hope it's not lagging for you guys. Alright, let me refresh the stream. Alright, so what I need you to do if you want to enter in this drawing is, first of all, you need to be subscribed to the channel. That's the only way you can type in chat. Secondly, you will need to type Electro King Rocks. So Electro King Rocks in the chat. You type in Electro King Rocks in the chat, you will be entered on the wheel. We will spin the wheel. The winner will contact Electro King on Discord for a free profile picture. I know I spelled your name wrong, Stilvin. I'm sorry about that. Loco? Did I get Loco in here? Oh, I got Happy Loco. Oops. Voltron, you already got one. I hope the stream is not lagging for you guys, because it is lagging for me. I am dropping frames left and right, and I have no idea why. Although you didn't win one, Voltron, you had one paid for you, so we'll keep you in the drawing. Okay. Alright guys, let me just refresh this because I am not seeing the stream very good at all. Maybe I just have to lower the quality. Let's go a lot lower and maybe it'll keep up. My kids must both be, or my daughter must be streaming something, playing some game, who knows. Alright, here we go. Last chance, Electro King rocks in the chat to be entered in this drawing to win a free profile picture from the man, the myth, the legend, the graphics god himself, Electro King. All right, here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1. Clap. 2 seconds too late, Loco. Congratulations, Loco. Please contact Electro King on my Discord channel. He will hook you up. Congratulations, my friend. You're always here in the stream. Glad it went to somebody who's always here, always engaged. Greatly appreciate you. But this stream lag is bugging me. We're dropping packets left and right, so I think we're gonna call it a day. I probably need to reboot my PC. Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate all the support. I'm sorry we could not bring home a KvK victory for you all. I'm sorry I could not stream more. A lot of the time I was king, placing markers, placing flags for the coalition, doing a lot of strategy on the back end with the guys as well. So it is what it is. I wish, and next time maybe I'll record some of the fights, some of the fun that we had. This guy's coming over to say hello. Thanks again. He wants to be on YouTube, I guess, huh? All right. With that, we're going to call it a day. Y'all have a good one. We'll be up. We'll be back. We'll be streaming more and more. Hopefully there's some KvKs to watch as mine is over. Have a good one. Well, hang on. I'm sorry. That's me, Shaheem. Okay. Hey, Shaheem. Good to see you. Let me see if anyone else is streaming. We want to get you over to another streamer if we can do that. Looks like Floto is streaming. So we're going to redirect you over to him when you get there. Hashtag Lambo Raid. Say hello from Lambo. Give him a thumbs up. You know what to do, guys. You know what to do. We'll see you next time. Thanks again.